Mitchell might be going
You
on.
live?
Ooh. To start.
Yeah, you
Mute.
good?
Okay. Oh man. Hey everyone. Sorry about that. We have some technical difficulties, but whatever. It's cool. Hey, I'm Alex. Thank you so much for tuning in. Star Wars Monday, every other Monday. I'm here with my awesome players. Sam will be joining us in a little bit, hopefully. But we're going to start off and go around and introduce ourselves and characters. So, I'm going to start with James.
Hi, everybody. I'm James. I play Cookie the Wookiee here on the Star Wars podcast every other Monday. And other than that, I do not exist online.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Whereas Daniel and I, you can find numerous stupid clips of us doing this online, which is great for future employers. And I'm so excited to have to explain this later to somebody in HR. But okay, Daniel, you.
Leadership skills. It's leadership skills.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm here all the time. Um, I'm here every Friday with either a short rest or Scion campaign. Every Sunday with our GM Ian, and then every other Monday with Alex on Star Wars. Just a heads up, our music tonight that we were playing in the beginning was from Michael Gelfi. His link will be in the YouTube bio description whenever you get there. You can also find him on YouTube at Michael Gelfi, and he has a Spotify list as well. So go check that out.
He is super awesome, and the music makes everything better. Hopefully, I'll include it more because I am a lazy GM. Um, but we are back for Star Wars tonight. So first, guys, roll your destiny die. These are the white die that we roll at the beginning of every game to determine light and dark side points to be used by me, the GM, or them as the player. And we're gonna actually James, I'll have you roll Sam's as well. So first for you, what do you get?
To Dark Side
Oh,
for the
great.
third time in a row, Alex.
Is that? Oh man,
Jeez.
that. So that's two dark side points for me, so I can use those. They'll switch over to light side points. Daniel, what did you get?
I got two light side.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we're 2-2. And James, what did Sam get?
Sam got two light side to balance me out. Thank
Oh, that's
God.
good. So we have a total of 4 light side die and 2 dark side points to be used as they wish throughout this game. So we're going back a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. We ended on the surface of Nar Shaddaa. Our players had eluded the captors that seemed to be always behind them, always on their footfalls as they made their way through the sprawling city, specifically the casino district of this planet of Nar Shaddaa, the criminal underworld, criminal moon, full of bounty hunters and the likes of scum and villainy. So that is where we ended. They have encountered a person of which Quigley has familiarity and history with. His name is Kay. So as they were coming down a darkened alleyway, one that actually Quigley, and I don't remember if Cookie felt this way, but the alleyway did not give off very good vibes. It was very dark and looked as if there could be things hidden there, and indeed there was. So upon meeting Kay, he and what seemed to be smaller cloaked figures who had intercepted the group initially brought them to Quigley's former safe house, which is on the edge of the casino district near the palace, the Hut Palace, with its full grandeur and splendidness. And it's actually in a very, and this is possibly why Quigley chose this spot. This is actually very close to the Hut's palace, so right under the noses, but just on the edge and just able to at least be invaded for now. So we entered, the group entered from a side door, small side door, led by Kay as well as the cloaked figures. And upon entering the initial room, it's a little dark, but Kay will kind of be in the forefront of you guys as he's leading you back. Um, you guys, did you keep your? They didn't check you. Did you remember if they checked you for weapons or not? I don't think that they did.
They didn't.
Okay. And they wouldn't. Kay will kind of give some orders. It's in a language that you might be familiar with if you have Java ease. you can detect that is what it's from. Even just a passing, encounter with them would leave you at least with that knowledge of the language. So he is speaking that to the cloaked figures, at least some of them, as he takes you through a small kind of antechamber, a room before a room, as he makes his way to the final door at the left, which is a sliding door. As it opens and kind of leads into this small, low ceiling, but still wide hangar, almost bay. It's kind of like almost would feel like a car or a truck repair shop in that it's a completely open room. There's no other walls, and there does seem to be crates in it. But along with that, there seems to be other electronic and radio equipment, or things looking like that along the sides of the wall, as well as the forms of maybe people on bedrolls and that type of thing. So the light here is very poor. It is of a fluorescent kind of, light that turns off and on, and the shadows cast odd figures on the wall for you as you kind of approach, as you make your way inside. Quigley and uh Cookie, you'll notice that Zal is kind of hanging back a little bit, and she seems quiet. Do you guys have, as you're entering this, are you doing anything as you kind of walk into this? And
Yeah, I want to shoot Zal in retaliation for Cookie.
all right, roll it.
Nah, just fine. I wouldn't do that.
Sam is not here for Sam.
She's gonna
Cookie
come back
punches her in the face.
and just roll your character. No, it's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
So Quigley would go and I guess he would try to see if like his stash is here, and try to because Bit has comms, right? She has
Well, you set her off with, what did you say? Hold on, I will pull up the conversation where you said you sent her with, and that is what you sent her with. Let's see.
Cookie is doing that thing where you like only know one other person at the party, so you like stick really close to them.
That is the only thing I do at parties, by the way.
Yeah.
That is, I find the
Same.
friend.
I know you. We're best friends now. Don't leave me, please. Oh my god.
Would you have given Bitcoms? Would you have kept it with her, or would you have? I'm going to say she would not have had it on her person, because she would have always gone kind of through you. But
right. I guess not, because he would only have his to give, and then I was using it actively last game, so no.
Okay. All right.
But is there like a way to check like if she left me a message or something, if she got a hold of a comm or some way?
How would you do that? How would you like to do that? Kay is kind of, as you go into that main room, he's kind of giving orders to some other of these cloaked figures. And you actually notice that there is someone sitting kind of at a computer terminal, or what looks to be like a radio computer terminal. And they will remove their hood, and it appears to be a young boy, like maybe 14 or 15, but a human. And Kay will kind of go over to that person and kind of engage in a small, like a conversation, or just a light conversation, as if he's giving this person orders.
All right. I mean, the really only thing that he could think of is either if she would have left him like some kind of message on like, I don't know, if like email type thing, or maybe try to see if there's any video of her, like if they have like access to the surveillance of the area where she was leaving to see what happened.
Would you ask this of your friend Kay, or somebody else?
I would ask Kay.
Okay. So as you go up to move to Kay, he'll kind of like look up and kind of nod, and kind of motion for both you and Cookie to kind of come over to this computer unit. It looks very Cookie, actually give me a mechanics roll, Cookie. Let's see what
I
you
was gonna
can.
say Cookie's in like gearhead mode,
Yeah,
going like, "Ooh,
yeah, let's do that. So let's do,
can I
yeah,
play with this?"
you can give me with the either mechanics or computer, whichever's your better one.
Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, let's do mechanics for sure.
Mhm.
And what's my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2 purple, 1 black.
And with my 2 ranks in Gearhead, I can remove 1 setback die per rank.
Hmm.
So that would take it down to like what?
2 purple. I'm gonna remove that black.
And rolling, it's gonna be 1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, so as you Cookie go up to following Quigley to where Kay is standing in front of the computer, just by looking at it, you can tell that this is a very hackney job. Like these are a couple different pieces of larger computers that have been either stolen or have been acquired in some way and have been rigged together. This is not, a one-piece nice unit. This has been this is definitely the old rental car of mishmash parts for this computer and this kind of communications terminal.
It's totally Cookie's jam. Cookie's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I like it.
So you'll see that as Kay, kind of motions over you guys, and he'll look to you quickly and kind of nod and go, I've been here for several months now. Your stash is I think I've gotten everything, but you're welcome to check it out. You have free reign here. Um, we haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything. You're welcome to check every log. You're welcome to check all the video, and he'll kind of point to like one of the screens of the computer. You're welcome to check anything, but we haven't heard her. Haven't heard her.
All right. Quigley will just kind of nod. He won't really say anything, but he'll lick the cookie and he'll be like, I'm gonna go check the stash. Can you go through, see if you can get into any security videos?
Cookie just gets straight to work, just like, can my pit droids help me at all in this situation? Like, help me, like.
Let's see. They
This one over here,
can.
like, grabs 2 wires at the same time, and, like, gets the signal to go through.
Hi, Sam.
Sam!
Hi, sorry.
No, it's okay.
So late.
A-okay. A-okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining. Yes, James, to answer your question. You're welcome to kind of send them out, and I will factor that into the challenge rating you get for, kind of at least working the computers, if not trying to do something to bypass issues that they have had, because
Okay.
I'll let you, that's a part of that as well. I'll come back to you in 1 minute. Zal. Zal. So the group has just been led into Quigley's previous safe house or safe home, which is now taken over and kind of being used by his friend Kay. Kay, who was the taller gentleman, looked much older than what he was, and who does struggle to take a breath just about every time the shuddering kind of rattling of addiction of death sticks can be heard in his chest. It's not a good sound, and you can tell that he is a very sick person. But he led you into the main kind of hangar. This looks to be a low ceilinged hangar, so like almost like a car, hover car port of some sort, like had been used for repair and maintenance. But there are some boxes in here, as well as bedrolls. There does seem to be an ambient flow, kind of maybe of about up to a dozen people. They're all a little bit smaller than all of you. They all seem to either be pretty small, like on the 4-foot range, or 5'5" and maybe around there. Um, and the one person that was at the computer who will move once Cookie, if you kind of go to sit next to them or kind of go to take the chair, the person that had been in that one computer chair, the young boy, will kind of get up and let you have the chair or whatever.
He just, like, looms over him from behind.
Yeah. He's just kind of like, I'll get up, like, do what you want. But that is where you have been led, Zal. Quigley and Cookie have approached Kay. Zal, you have kind of been in the back a little bit, trying to get your bearings on what this is. You are unfamiliar with this setup. None of your kind of rebel intelligence has given you specific locations like this. You knew probably, I mean, this is kind of reminiscent of what you had in terms of safe house wise. It seems to be working in the same function. But this person in this area is not on your radar for anything. So Quigley, Kay will look to you and go, "Yeah, you're welcome to look at any of the whatever store what you had in here. I think I've gotten everything, but you're welcome to." And he'll take a moment to kind of give a cough, and um, he'll just kind of nod, be like, "You can do whatever you want. I gotta I gotta work. You guys are all kind of look to you as Al and Cookie. You guys are welcome to stay here, but you guys can't remain here for too long. You guys are rather hot right now, and I don't want this to bring."
With that, like Quigley would kind of freeze and then just look at him like, "Good to know that I can't stay in my own home."
Things have changed. Things have changed. Leaving. You know that's every man for himself out here, and well, he's gonna kind of look around. I think that you like what we're doing here. Um, and he'll give another cough, and he'll kind of motion. Uh, my guys are gonna go out. I don't have anybody looking for bit now. Do you want to send anybody out? He's gonna look to Quigley.
And he'll just kind of space out for a minute and be like, "Yeah, anybody you could spare."
All right. And with that, he'll kind of like snap his fingers and hey, come here. And he'll pull over another person. And as they remove their cloak, you'll see that it is a young girl, probably about 13. And he'll kind of lean down and whisper something to her, and she'll nod and move off. And he'll kind of look back at Quigley and look back at Cookie and Zal, and he'll go, "It's a hard place out here for kids. You know that." And he'll kind of give a sigh, and is go, I gotta go do some work. You're welcome. Turn to Cookie. You're welcome to do whatever you want on here. You see what we have. Not hiding anything. Quigley, you can go do what you would like. And he's gonna turn to Zal. Zal, um, you're free here as well, as long as as long as you are to be trusted amongst friends. He's gonna look specifically to Quigley. I can trust you here, but this doesn't go out anywhere. And he's gonna, yeah, kind of give a nod and kind of leave you guys, kind of go towards what looks to be a very large window seat towards the right hand side. The window is slatted, and that's kind of going to be where he will walk off towards. Quigley, you,
Um,
yeah.
in the stash, what is there?
Where
Uh,
is it? Where did you put your stash?
under the floor. But
All right.
it's not like just he's prying up a floorboard and it's dust. Like no, it's Star Wars esque. Like he goes down, he like kind of slides a panel across, he types in a code and like lifts up slowly, and then like out comes this little cache of weapons.
Okay, so as you do that, I want you give me. This is going to be an interesting roll. Also, I'm sorry if my internet just cut out because my internet is being weird. That'll be fun. Give me a light side and dark side die roll. I know that's a little weird. I do weird things sometimes. Just give me a light side, dark side roll. Tell me what you get.
Just one dice.
One dice. That white dice that we roll at the beginning. I want you to roll that.
I got two light side.
Oh, look at that. All right.
That's
So
two in a
yes.
row.
You do find the majority of what you have stowed here. It does look like that it had been tampered with, whether it was by Kay or not. It looks like it has been tampered with. Some of the items that you expect to find are not there. Some of them are. I'll leave that to your discretion of what is there, what is not. There is not, I'll say, there is not over there's not over 20,000 worth of credit. We'll say that. There is not an extensive amount of money here.
Okay.
You're like, I had 550 in here. So that, you said that was at a lower level?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and that's fine. There, you know how many floors it's here. It looks kind of like there could be a second level, maybe some other passages, and probably a taller, 1 story up level. Um, so you can do that. Cookie, time for your roll. Let's do your roll.
Ah!
Yes. So as I want you to give me so what are you doing? What is Cookie's plan for getting on these things, and what are they doing?
I think Cookie is kind of unfamiliar with whatever their setup that they've got going on here. So the first thing that they're trying to do is like just get a grasp on what this system is and what it's doing.
Okay.
And then try and like figure out a way to automate a search through all the videos and logs and stuff for a bit, or like any sort of sign.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 rolls for you. One's gonna be computers, and one is gonna be mechanics. Computers is gonna be, of course, more of kind of the software application of what's going on. The mechanics will be the hard wire, like the hard, what the terminal actually is, the
Okay.
nuts and bolts of this thing. So, whichever one you want to do first, it will be 3 purple and 1 black
For both of them?
for both of them.
Okay, so we'll do the computers first.
Mhm.
That is going to be 1 threat.
Okay.
And for the mechanics, and I can use that gearhead to drop the black die off.
Yes. Yeah.
5 successes, 2 threats.
Okay, so mechanics is definitely your better, and I know that is. So as you're starting to pull up the various images and the various things that you are looking for on this terminal, you realize that that although there is video, it is not organized per day or by time, and it's unfortunately a really hard, tedious thing, and this is going to take you a little bit of time to kind of figure out what matches with what within the past, we'll say 72 hours or whatever. And it's going to take a little bit of time to watch that, of course.
Can I just like start like hijack like 2 monitors and set my droids in front of them and be like, all right, just keep an eye on these 2 over here.
Yeah, and that'll help decrease the
Just
time
have
for
them
that.
just sitting there like staring at, you know.
Yes, and that'll
like little toddlers that like kind of fight with each other over like who gets to watch the cooler television kind of thing.
Yes, you give them a video game controller, just not one plugged in, and they're
it's not plugged in at all.
Exactly. Entertainment for hours. Yeah. So yes, and that will decrease the time of getting through all those videos. So but upon doing your computer, the more mechanical side of it, you realize that this is definitely a part of what looks to have been a casino surveillance system taken. There's also pieces here from Offworld. And as you're kind of like, plugging away at some stuff, or, looking at the under uh, the shielding maybe of one of the compartments or something, it wires or I always think Star Wars has better technology, so maybe not wires, but we're going to say wires. You notice that there's also a good amount of parts from Coruscant. That this is not just from Backwater's galaxy. That there's also some pieces here from the inner core. So that's what you kind of discover, and you think you think you also have some ideas of what could improve their situation here, maybe get their frequencies out a little bit more, because this is also their communication device, and it seems that it has a limited width or a limited range that it can go out, and that without satellites, of course, which is what would make it infinitely better. That without that, you think that you might be able to increase the range of at least their communications a little bit. If you wanted to spend time on that, that is something that you could possibly do.
Okay.
Um, but as you continue to work with that, Zal, is there anything that you at this point would need to do, or would that you want to do?
Sal is very curious about what the operation is that's going on around here. So she'd probably sort of be wandering around trying to see if she can, just lightly chat with, the numerous people that are here to see, like, what are they doing? Like, how do they like it here? Just
That's good. Yay.
yeah.
Yeah, give me a perception. Give me a perception.
Cool.
And it's just going to be two purple die. Two purple.
Beautiful.
Because there does seem to be a lot of moving and going on around here. And not too long, and with Quigley being down below, he doesn't see this, but Cookie and you will be able to see that the girl who Kay spoke to, the younger girl, it looks like that she is kind of rounding up a couple people also cloaked, who maybe never got uncloaked, kind of rounding them up, and it looks like that she's going to take them out, and they all look to be smaller than her.
Yeah. 3 advantages, 2 failures.
Okay. So as you're kind of going around, you don't see Kay. Kay kind of disappeared. Kay had said he had some stuff to do, so he has disappeared. The people that you are seeing going around that are not preoccupied with getting something ready to move or getting something to their person so they can, do something else. There is a young person sitting on a bedroll, kind of towards what looks to be metal grated stairs going up to a second level. They are, very standard. Nothing elegant here. It's a kind of like a hanger. But they're working. They're actually doing something with what looks to be an open container full of bits of parts and wires and something. It looks like that they're trying to weld kind of electro weld two small things together. But they'll stop when they see you approach, and they'll kind of give you like a once over, and they'll
Okay.
uh, once they fully remove their hood, you'll see that it is a boy, possibly around 12. He's young, and he kind of looks up to you, and you know, you don't seem like you're from around here.
What
Does
gave you that
anybody
idea?
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of look over to the Wookiee and kind of smile, and
Mm,
then look back up to you, Zal, and just kind of shrug. You don't look, you don't look as beaten up as everybody else here.
Maybe I just hide it better.
Mm. Well, you hide it well. I'm. He's gonna extend his hand. Um, they call me Sav.
Oh, Sav, I'm Zal. She's just like, okay, he's 12. Don't hit on him. He's 12. It's great.
I just imagine
She's
Jake Lloyd,
been in
like
that brothel.
perpetually imagine Jake Lloyd, because that's who the doofy kid that I always will imagine, like, is stereotypical every NPC in Star Wars. It's just Jake Lloyd. So that's imagine Jake Lloyd
Perfect.
now.
Okay.
No.
Makes it easier.
He'll he'll continue to kind of look at the stuff that he has in his hands, the wires and the small metal bits, and he'll kind of look up, give a sigh, and shake his head, and he says, I know what this has to look like. This has to look like some sweatshop or something, and it's not like that. And he'll kind of look up, and he'll look around and kind of lean a little bit towards you, Sal. He'll go, I didn't I before I came here, I was not in a good place, and I nobody wanted me. Nobody wanted somebody who didn't have the skills to shoot or the skills to fight here. And Kay offers good money, and it's not a lot of hard work. It's just it's work. Um, but most of us, we wouldn't have a chance otherwise. We wouldn't. Nobody would take us, and if they did, they wouldn't do anything good with us. Uh, so you know, you shouldn't. If it got out, it would just not be good for anybody. And fall silent.
Yeah, she just sort of takes a deep breath, and I wish there was something that we can do to help. Help the kids.
he'll kind of shrug, and he's like, "It's honestly, it's not as bad here with him. Um, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse.
But he treats you all right.
Yeah, yeah, he does. And
Can
you'll kind of,
He's not telling you to say that.
Can Quigley come into this conversation at this
yeah,
point?
sure, yeah, absolutely.
So from the door frame, you just hear like a gun like barrel slide into place and like charge
Kill the
up as
kid.
he's looking out the barrel. He's like, yeah, no, he tells them all to say that. Just trying to get bits out of you or credits out of you.
The kid will, kind of hear this and like kind of look over his shoulder, and kind of swallow. You see like gang behind you with a gun. It's
He's
like,
not
I'm just trying to
pointing
fix
it.
my.
He's
I'm
not
just
pointing
trying.
it at anybody. He's just like kind of looking at it like.
It's like, I'm just trying to fix my drone. I'm not trying to get shot today. No, he'll look, kind of look up, and he'll shake his head no, like no, no. There's it's not like that. And he'll kind of fall silent a little bit, and he'll look up to you again, to you, Zal, and he'll go, "There's." He's kind of sad. He's not. We know that he's not going to, he's not going to live a long time, and we don't, there's nothing else. And with that, all of you will hear kind of a loud, a loud thud. It's not like a shake the building thud like what you had heard on Rishi or anything like that. This sounds like a heavy laser bolt. Quigley, you will know specifically this sounded like a really, really big sniper rifle, or something large, high-powered sniper rifle. And with that, the boy will kind of like look up, and from the second level of this building, you hear Kay kind of yell down, "Need a pickup, 2 points out." And with that, the boy that you were speaking with kind of jumps up, and he's like, I gotta go. And with that, he'll kind of put down everything that he had been working on and throw up his hood, and immediately go towards the door that you guys entered from.
All right. Quigley just kind of like looks up and then just looks back down to his gun, and he's like just examining it like very intricately. Like, well, what?
Well, he just said the kid. Hey, is this what the hell is going on here?
So,
You have your 2 kids out someplace, and you're just staring at your gun as this kid goes running off to do something else.
So this is what they do. This is how they make their way on Nar Shaddaa. This is just how things are here. This is where I found Bit and where I tried to take her away from, and here we are again. And the gun, as he like smacks it back down, like it kind of compresses. He puts it like in his lower back. And he's like, the gun is for when we do find Bit, because she's never late, and whoever's holding her, that's what the gun's for.
Cookie, as you're doing your computing, you'll notice kind of out of the corner of your eye, one of the screens that is recording the current time, the security footage from outside. You'll see the several hooded figures in that alleyway, which has a very good camera view from in here. You can see that you had been watched and had been surveilled for a good amount of time before you even got to the alleyway. But specifically, that alleyway is very well surveilled. You'll see several dark cloak forms kind of moving out into the alleyway, separating, and then almost like they were absorbed in the shadows, but not quite. They kind of disappear as you see maybe the footfalls at different camera lengths. a little bit here, a little bit there until they're completely gone.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
This is so cool. These
It
guys are so
is.
good at this.
They do have some sort of system where it looks like that there is a leader and then there is at least 2 followers. So somebody is giving direction and then there are 2 flanking the one. And as you can see, the ones that were sent out initially to look for bits, they went one direction. They went a completely different direction and now are gone. The people that you are seeing now are a little bit more. They're not taking as much care to be as stealthy, but they're still trying to maintain some cloak security amongst themselves as they go. And you'll see that they'll go to the edge of where the cameras are and kind of go beyond that, as if they're heading towards a specific location. Zal, the voice you heard Kay come. Okay, Quigley as well as Zal. You heard Kay's voice from the second level, as well as that's kind of where the sound of that laser bolt came from.
Quigley will go back, like go up to the second floor. Every time he like shows up in a new room, he has a different piece of armor on. So,
Okay,
like when
tell us about that.
when he was talking to Zal, it was the gun. Now he has a new face mask on, and it's instead of just white yellow, it's like white and black. With like little slits underneath where the eyes are, like almost like a ventilation shafts. And then when he like pops up, he's got like new spalders.
Okay. So somehow, Zal, you are seeing that Quigley is quickly changing his costume between frames. But no, you see him that he has stuff that he didn't come in with before. Stuff that was not stolen from all of his stashes, because all the all the rest of your stashes have been tampered with in some way or form. So Quigley is going up. Zal, are you going to follow Quigley?
Yeah, I need to make sure he doesn't just run away. I don't know
ma'am, I would never.
you. Uh-huh.
I'd kill everybody in this room and just leave. Just bye.
Cookie, you hear the footfalls of Quigley and Zal as they make their way upstairs. You are welcome to join them as well. Do not feel tied to being on this computer. You feel that that by working on it, absolutely, you think you can assist them with this, but I don't want you to feel tied to it. You don't have to.
But I feel like it would be in character for Cookie to stay put and let them
Okay.
kind of go up the stairs, and Cookie is kind of diving into computer world and seeing if there's some sort of digital or mechanical means to be able to track the kids down, because I think
Okay.
that's where Cookie is kind of going to shine the most.
Yeah, I think, okay, that's great. I think that is very on par for Cookie. But at any point, if you want to, your droids can take over a little bit. Okay, so Zal and Quigley, as you go up, Quigley, you're kind of the first to crest the top stair of this second level. This second level is kind of barely a second level. It is made from steel platforms. Of course, they're all connected. This is not like a jumping game or something. I won't make you do jumps.
Parkour.
Exactly, like a Lego game or something, but no. It's just one flat, surface. But in the far corner, you'll see the top of the large window that had started at that base level goes all the way up, and it is large and has slats, horizontal slats along the area of that, or along that window. And you'll see, Quigley, actually both of you give me a perception, 2 purple, 1 black.
I have 4 successes, 3 crits.
Ooh, awesome.
I got 4 advantages.
Okay. All right, Zal. as you come up behind Quigley, you'll notice K first. You'll notice, or at least you notice the his shadow and his movement. He is kind of leaning against the windowsill, and the window is curved, so he's able to kind of lay back. And as you see him kind of like laying there, he has one leg kind of like hang over the side of the sill. More importantly, and Quigley, you'll see this now as kind of you follow Zal's eyes. Quig Kay is leaning there with a large rifle. The rifle itself is kind of rigged into the ceiling. He has made some sort of rigging device for this thing, so he doesn't have to hold it all the time. He can just kind of rig it, and the direction that it's pointing, Quigley, you know from that direction, this is actually another reason why you picked this safe house was because it gives you a very good vantage point of the area around you for sniping. And both of you having been a sniper and Kay being a sniper, you both knew that this was a very good area to cover primarily the wealthier casinos that are near the palace. Those casinos that are near the palace have the most money coming through them, and therefore they have the most to spend on their security. Things like off-range snipers to take people out from a really far distance where nobody could see the shot coming is a high value job here and a lucrative job here. So Quigley, from just by looking at this is what he's doing. Zal, you can tell that this rifle is heavily modified as well, maybe not to the extent that Quigley would. And Quigley, you have a much better understanding of how far this reach is on this rifle. And it's a pretty good reach. He can make any good shot. In your experience with him, he was a very good shot. So, Zal, you can see around him that he spends a lot of time in this area. There's a bedroll here that looks to be wrappers here. There looks to be all the things that he would need to be here, including, and as he, kind of like moves away from the rifle, kind of moving, you'll see the glow. Both of you will see the faint amber glow of a death stick in his mouth. As he inhales it, he'll kind of, you'll hear the raspy wheeze of his chest, and he'll intake a breath and then slowly exhale it, and he'll motion for both of you and go, this is not how I want anyone to see me. I don't want anyone to have to look at this. And he's going to kind of like motion towards the area around him. But beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And I don't want you to certainly feel unwelcome here. You kind of look to Quigley. No ill feelings, I hope.
He'll just kind of shake his head. The only ill feeling I have towards you right now is the fact that you're killing yourself when you have children to take care of.
He'll nod, and he'll take another hit off his death stick. And he'll try and clear his throat. I don't have long, but how long do any of us have? Look to Quigley and to you, Zal. How long do we have? I mean, you have bit. I've seen you do some crazy things. We can't, it's one day at a time for us. It's one moment at a time for us. That's what I'm giving them.
He'll just kind of look through the slat to where the sniper rifle's angled, and he's like, so who went down?
He'll shake his head and kind of motion towards the comm link that's by him, and he'll just go, I don't know. I just get the call to look, and when I see it, I shoot. He'll motion to kind of towards where their kids are downstairs, to the young people are downstairs. So they pick him up, take him back, get the bounty, bring it back. That's their only job. And there's some small smuggling here and there, but nothing that they haven't done before, and nothing that they probably won't do again in their lives.
Well, at least you're teaching them something.
Yeah, better than we ever got. Kind of look to you, Quigley. So, what are your plans?
Find bit, find a ship, get off of here.
Where are you going to go? Entire galaxy's looking for you.
Well, one day at a time, right? One moment, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'll look to you, Zal. Seem like you have
Yeah.
things more together. Listen, I don't try and and he's gonna look to you. You know, I'm not gonna tell you what anything to do. I'm not gonna give you any advice. You have all the advice that you need, and anything I give you more is just hearsay. But I don't think you guys know that whoever's looking for you, it's not the Empire. And I don't have a good feeling. I don't know. He'll kind of lay back against the windowsill, kind of finally remove all of the things he had that were attached to the rifle and kind of let that go. I don't know what they're looking for. I guess it's just you. But I wouldn't want whoever's looking for you guys on me.
Well, not everybody can be as wanted as us.
He'll look at
Just you and Cookie that are wanted.
Like, Quigley will kind of look at the bounty board to see if he sees Zal's face flash up yet. He's like, wait for it. Wait for it. Ah, not yet. Soon, they'll catch on.
Kay will kind of laugh, or at least he'll smile, and he'll look to you, Zal, and say, I don't know what you got in with these guys, especially him, motioning to Quigley, but for your own sake and your own safety, I hope that you are a good fighter. You're going to need to be one.
He doesn't even know yet.
Good.
Look, I feel like this is Quigley's face, like permanently when he's around you.
Your face is mostly metal, so I can't
yeah.
really tell.
That's true.
So
You're
it's
going to
just
move
like-
your eyebrows like, no, I'm angry.
He's got like the LED display over the
Yeah.
eyes. It's just like the question marks instead of eyes.
Cookie. Yeah, sorry, Zal, you go.
Yeah, I guess she would have stayed quiet for most of the conversation, but them saying that it's not the Empire that's after Quigley and Cookie kind of piques her interest. And if it's not the Empire, then what? The Huts?
Oh, the Huts? If they wanted us dead, they wouldn't put that much money on it.
No. He'll
Not
he'll shake his head with Quigley on that one, and now that's not to say that the Huts aren't interested. Oh, they are very interested right now, especially you being on Nar Shaddaa. They're very interested.
Yeah,
and
now
I'm
that
not
they know I'm here.
exactly. Now that they know that there is that that you bring in that much money specifically, I'm not going to say that they aren't trying to buy every bounty hunting guild on this moon, or I'm not going to say that they aren't definitely offering a lot of money. He's going to kind of laugh at that. It's like, as soon as I heard your name, you and Bit, I debated for a while, but I don't trust this person. I don't trust whoever this is that's offering this much money. It's insane. That's an insane amount of money for you, looking to Quigley. Maybe not. he'll say that to Quigley, but maybe I don't know, Zal. I don't want to, of course, put a price on your head. I'm sure you go for much more than this guy. If we were to get to that. But why? That's an exorbitant amount of money for you. What the hell did you do?
Good question.
Killed a lot of people.
We kill a lot of people here every day. A lot of people here die every day, all across the galaxy. Why specifically? Like, who did you kill?
I thought it was just Empire, but apparently maybe it was somebody related to somebody. I don't know. You know, people had them family ties.
I guess. I don't know.
You killed my paw.
Cookie, I want you to give me a mechanics roll. Give me a mechanics roll. This is going to be a little tough for you because there could be some ramifications. Give me a 3 purple, 1 black, 1 red die.
Woo. 3 purple, 1 black.
You can take off you
red.
can remove the black, but the red has to stay.
Okay.
That is a maybe horrible die.
Check. This is mechanics.
Yes, mechanics.
All right. 2 successes, 2 triumphs, 1 threat.
Oh, look at that. Oh man,
True
triumphs. Yeah, true triumphs.
God.
All right. Cookie. As you're sitting there, as you're working, you'll feel a tap on your shoulder. And as you look behind you, you'll see looks like to be a 10-year-old boy standing there. Not very, very small, very thin. But he's holding a box. He's holding a rather large box. And he's going to kind of like motion for it. And as you look, you'll see that there are a bunch of look like computer chips or like, other bits and bobs that could be fitted into this system or to this. And he's just gonna hold it out and kind of, smile as if he's like done a really good job at something.
And Cookie actually like kind of goes down on one knee to take the box from him and kind of roots through it and then pats him on the head.
He'll smile and take a couple steps back and watch, but he definitely feels that he has done something, and he's helped the Wookiee, who is really cool because Wookiees are really cool for kids.
Cookie like motions him forward and starts like getting like, here, hold this light for me, and like, you're my assistant now.
And he'll live that. Yeah, he'll definitely live that up. He'll hold the light and kind of, stare wide-eyed as you move stuff and tinker with stuff.
Nothing I actually need help with, just to make him feel important.
Yeah. And you can tell that is something that he doesn't get a lot, or that this kid has not had this type of instruction, because he's eating it up. He just eats it up. But you also feel that this is significantly the things that he brought are going to actually help you. That this might have been something that he had stored away to maybe tinker with on his own when he was old enough, type thing. Or if he had the chance to do it, but this is the time is now. So he's definitely brought out something that he had been storing away and actually could be used. So with that, you think that you're going to be able to bring out that communication sphere a little bit wider to maybe pick up any radio frequencies that are coming in, which could be good if you want to listen to them, to overhear if anybody's talking about getting bit or anybody like that.
Absolutely.
So that is what you're doing, and you think you can have this done within the next hour or so.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a really good triumph. Didn't expect to do all that. That's cool. All right. So back up to you, Quigley and Zal. Quigley, you know that Kay has always had this addiction, this destic addiction. So since as long as you can remember, or since as long as you've known each other. How long have you guys known each other?
They grew up together.
They grew up together. Okay. So you've known him since probably about 10 years old. And at 10, he had the beginnings of a death stick addiction. 10 years is a hard time.
apparently.
Being 10 years old is hard. If you're Jake Lloyd, who is how I imagine every NPC. So you have known him for that long, and it looks like that time and this addiction have worn away at him. As he's sitting there, he'll look to you, Zal. I can always need an extra hand here. If you're not cut up for that, he's gonna kind of motion to Quigley. If you're not cut up for that type of life, I can always make room here. I think you're muted. Okay, you're good.
Oh, am I
You're good.
muted?
You're good.
Sorry. Yeah, she'll just sort of sigh and give him a smile. I appreciate the offer, but I have a mission that I'm trying to complete. And once I do that, I'll be parting ways with Quigley.
Mission.
Oh, right. She's all about the mission.
Okay, well, his eyebrows were raised and go, mission? Sounds very official and, and informative. What kind of mission do you have going?
He looked at Kay and he's like, that's a need to know, and you don't need to know.
He's going to look at Zal. He's going to continue to look at Zal. All right.
Yeah. No, I just like to use the word mission. It's not that great. So
You see,
I mean, it looks like you're doing a mission right now.
He'll look at Kay like, he's like, unless you want your face in that bounty board with ours, it's best if you don't know.
I hear that. All right. Trying to give any assistance that I can. You thought about where you're going to get a ship?
I'm planning on stealing one from one of the Jabbas. And like you would probably think that he's joking, like, haha, you're so funny, but he's dead ass serious, looking out at the palace, like, yeah, I'm gonna steal one from one of them.
Would Zal have a ship?
So, the ship that you came in on, was not a Republic ship. It was a kind of a mass. They'd set you up to go in undercover, so you would have gone in on a large cargo freighter with other people, with other kind of refugees to Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah. Okay.
You had the ship that would have been for like oh, can't remember NPC names. The ship that would have been for the Twi'lek that you worked with. Colson, there we go. I was going to say Cody. I was like, Cody, not Commander Cody. It's not Commander Cody. I would not have made somebody Commander. Yeah, I would not have made something Cody. But that's where my mind went. Colson, he would have had a ship, but it would have been not for distance. It would have been to kind of go interplanetary. It was not for it's not for outside space, not for galaxy hopping. Because that would have been very convenient. But with Quigley looking out onto the Hutt Palace, Kay will just kind of shrug and be like, "You think you can do it?"
Look at him and like, "How do you think I got off this rock the first time?"
I'm really curious about that because I'm pretty sure you don't even know how to fly a ship.
He's like,
Kay will laugh at that.
I'm just kind of nod. He's like, I actually don't. It's like, I just press buttons until it goes. Like, but made a few trades, trained an army, then killed them, then got bounty hunted, It's a whole vicious cycle.
If you want to work with that, look at you, Sal.
In my head, like, Quigley thinks that he was flying the ship, but like in the co-pilot seat, like Bit is actually like pushing all the right buttons.
Probably.
Like Quigley
he's
like flip switches and like Bit just like leans over and like flicks that one off. He's like, nope, not that one.
Yep,
We're gonna die.
stop.
it's like that Baby Yoda scene.
Like the little
Oh.
ball.
That's so cute. That happened. That's canon. But yes, Bit is the without Bit, we'll say Quigley has Bit was a very good centering point for Quigley, and Quigley, who is very prone to very reactionary instances. Bit has been the thing that has calmed him down, and Kay will note that. Kay will say, I'm, in all honesty, I'm very sorry about Bit. I'm sure that if there's anybody who can elude whoever's after you, it will be Bit. She knows the streets. She knows what's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna cough. I'm not gonna cough, but he'll kind of motion towards the lower level. There's food down there if you want. You're welcome. Like I said, if we don't hear anything by the morning, he's gonna look to you quickly. If we don't hear anything by the morning, your guess is as good as ours.
Quigley is walking. He's like, if you don't hear anything by nightfall, then I'll go look myself.
It is already nightfall here. It is already night.
Oh. If you don't hear it, yeah, I guess then morning. He's like, then I'll just go out and look myself.
All right. He'll look at you, Zal, and smile. I know that I don't know if you're from here. It doesn't look like you are, which is good. That's a good thing. You actually still look like you have a soul. But
Not very well undercover.
It's in your eyes. You have such pretty eyes. But whatever they've gotten themselves into, you're not held to that. I don't know. Why don't you give me, Zal, let's do Underworld. Give me an Underworld check. 2 purple.
Underworld. Ooh. Okay. That's fine. What is that?
Underworld is okay. So I apologize.
Sorry.
I don't think your sheet has it because you're using one of the quick sheets. Yeah. So it's actually under intelligence. If you do not have a pip in it, then you do not have it. But it's an intelligence. So if you don't have any pips, it's not going to be any yellow dice. So just roll your intelligence. Intellect. Sorry, it's intellect against 2 purple
Okay.
die.
All right. So many things. Yeah. 2 purple.
Yes.
2 advantages.
2 advantages. Okay. You have encountered addictions before. You've encountered a lot of kind of bad addictions on Nar Shaddaa. Under your cover, you know that death sticks aren't easy to find on Nar Shaddaa. They're of course, all drugs you can get them here. This is Nar Shaddaa. You can get any drug here, but they are manufactured and kind of distributed from Coruscant. That's kind of a weird thing that death sticks are made kind of by some resources that are found only on Coruscant. So you know that the death sticks that he is smoking are either ones that are made from here, which are even more toxic than the ones on Coruscant. Think about if you start cutting things with various other chemicals, it's like that. Or he has paid a good amount of money to get these shipped in from Coruscant. Either way, death stick addiction is not something that a lot of people maintain out here for any length of time because it costs a lot of money. Costs some money. But that is what you know, just kind of offhand, as well as the this guy doesn't look like he is from Nar Shaddaa either. He doesn't look like it. You can tell from the way uh, the his rifle is modified by his jacket and by several other pieces of equipment kind of around him that he has definitely been off-world, if not born off-world. He doesn't have a lot of the same characteristics and mannerisms that people born on Nar Shaddaa do. He seems to have a lot more relaxed kind of countenance, whereas being born on Nar Shaddaa, people are usually jumpy and shaky, having constantly be on the run or constantly being, you know, having to do nefarious things. But that is what you're kind of under, like your the back of your brain is working on as you look at, as you see this, as you see Kay. As Quigley starts to move downstairs, Kay will kind of shout out, "Hey, there's bedrolls and hammocks down there, rations if you need it. If you need anything, I'll be up here."
Right. Hopefully you're not dead in the morning.
Hope not. Smile, look at you, Zal. He'll lean in a little bit closer to you, Zal, and he'll motion to Quigley. If you guys, you know, if his plan doesn't go through, I might be able to get a ship.
Yeah, she nods. Now that Quigley's like sort of left the room, she kind of drops the bit of a ditzy like persona that she's kind of gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And like stands up a lot more straighter as she talks to him and like just asks him, are these kids funding your addiction?
He'll take a pause at that as he sits there. His eyes will kind of like go out, glance out the window, as if he's mulling over the question. He'll take a drag of his death stick because hard questions are hard, and you can see the amber smoke kind of waft out from the end of it, and you can tell that he is getting the high that comes with it, which is a hallucinogenic high, by the way. I thought that was very interesting in my research. He was tripping balls. But he'll have a moment. I Short answer, yeah. Long answer, most of them would have been enslaved by this point. Most of them are escaping slavery from this planet. Most of them will never get off this planet. Am I a hero? Am I somebody that, you know, is doing things completely for the right reason? I don't know. Probably not. Am I helping people? Am I helping kids that was like me, that was like Quigley? Yeah, as much as I can. Quigley's right though. I don't know what's going to happen to them after, you know, what happens when I die, but uh I think that at least some of them will be able to maintain what we have here, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, she seems a little bit frustrated by this answer, and yeah, there's not enough time to even change your mind about this. When did you last see Quigley?
Hmm. He'll kind of lean back and, you know, look at where Quigley had left, like Quigley had gone down the stairs, so he's kind of like looking in that direction. Maybe about year and a half, 2 years. Not terribly long. We didn't work, you know, together all the time. We were on the same team, kind of. We were on the same put on a lot of same missions and sometimes even opposing missions, and that's he has a good shot. He's got a damn good shot. It's the only one that I think that I wouldn't want to be his prey. I wouldn't want to have him trying to shoot me down, because I think that he would probably do it. Me, absolutely for him. I would absolutely shoot him. He's an absolute target. I would annihilate him, but don't tell him that. Yeah. I came here when I was 10, and I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know the first thing about Nar Shaddaa other than it was the furthest from Coruscant, and it's not. Nobody was going to come looking for me here, so that is why I'm here. That's about the time that I met Quigley. What about you? What brings you out here?
Just call me a purveyor of information.
Ooh, what kind of information do you have?
Probably nothing you can afford with your
I was
death
gonna
stick
say the
addiction.
expensive kind.
Yeah.
You'll laugh at that. I'll trade you a death stick.
Fine, but maybe you could trade me some information yourself.
What are you offering?
Well, let's see what kind of information you have first.
All right.
Now, did Quigley say where he was going 2 years ago?
Nah. I always thought that he just wanted to get a better life for Bit and himself, and I don't blame him. If I had the time, if I thought I had the time left, I would think about doing the same. It's hard raising a kid here. Don't want it.
Why is he so beholden to this Bit when it seems like he has no issue killing anyone else?
Kind of shake, kind of raise his hand. You got to ask him that. Sometimes you see a kid that's a lot like you, or you see somebody else in the position that you have been in. Maybe that's what he feels with Bit. I don't know. Maybe he had a kid. Maybe he's had kid. I don't know. I don't pry into that man's life too much. He has 10 kids. Baby daddy all over the place.
I was
Alex,
in the army with a guy like that. He was starting his own football team.
Yeah, kid on every continent.
There you go. Yeah. She'll just sort of chuckle a little bit and say, well, guess you don't have the information I need. And she'll start walking out.
He'll laugh, and he'll kind of call out, if you can't figure out who's offering that money for you, you're not going to know your true enemy. And he'll just kind of like lean back and then maybe pull the rifle down again to kind of keep an eye on the his target area and listen for another call. Cookie. Cookie, yay, Cookie, back to you, back to you. You have been working diligently during this entire conversation. You have been working diligently. You feel that you are actually making progress with the help of hold on, let me find his name. I have a name. I have names for people. I have names.
What's his little buddy's name? Torin.
Torin. Torran. Torin. I write names down for people and then forget them. Little Torin, he is assisting you, and you're making good progress. You're making good headway. You've been working on it for about what feels like an hour. And as you get back into the chair to kind of listen, you start hearing a lot of radio frequency that maybe you hadn't heard in the past, and you do feel like that your scope for this surveillance listening technology, this listening communication, has been amplified. That you have done what you needed to do. Give me a perception. I want a perception roll from you as you start to listen to this kind of radio chatter, because it's a lot of like trucking, like that CB radio.
Okay.
It's going to be 2 purple and 2 black.
Ouch. 2 advantages, 4 failures.
Okay. So unfortunately, as you start to listen to this, it's very staticky. It's hard to get the cadence of it. And if you've listened to any CB radio for any time, or even just air traffic control, there is a method and there's a structure to most communication. And it's still a little staticky. You feel like you maybe need to work on you need to work on this a little bit. But with some listening, you think you might be able to
bang on one of my droids.
The droid will like and will scatter to try and find whatever you need it to, or at least just be a punching bag. The other droids, they were both watching the screens, and they have not seen anything yet to allude to seeing bits or anybody that isn't a part of the group that you're in right now, or that there is nothing of interest thus far. Quigley, you came down the stairs first.
Right.
What you doing?
So he's gonna finish getting fully changed into new gear.
Okay. What does that include? What is all this gear? I want to see this like gear suit up.
So
gonna need a montage.
Right.
Yeah, gonna need a montage. Chow pow.
So pretty much like in his character art, he's definitely just like full yellow and black, with just black like being the back. Now it's kind of like it's like white, and like all the outlines are in like black, with like his eyes were like orange, like they glue orange. Now they have that red glow with the 3 little vent slots, and that allows him now to see heat vision or thermal vision.
Ooh.
And his spalders, which come down to connect onto like the same like white and black decorated arms, and like the chest plate and everything, which gives him an extra soak value, which isn't much but a lot at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Soak is important.
I think I remember this scene from The Mandalorian.
And then he tosses a bunch of stormtroopers into a forge.
Yeah, a furnace. Yeah.
He's ready to kick ass.
Yeah.
And then that gives him the new arms give him a +1 to dexterity. So now that is just all the more he needs. And then he has like various ammos, like ammo belts on him. Some are like empty spaces. Some have a few shells in them. Some have like full-on cartridges in them for the main guns he uses and things like that. And it's pretty much just more of a cosmetic thing with his new gun. And he has a vibro saber on his the inside of his calf now.
What is that?
Ooh.
Tell people what that is.
So the vibro saber is probably one of his more prized possessions that he was glad wasn't tampered with. As it's like sheathed on the inside of his right calf, it's something that is second only to like a lightsaber, pretty much. I can't do it justice describing it because I don't have much information about them. But
as Quigley comes down the stairs with like all like the new shinies on, Cookie's like kind of stops and kind of like the jaw drops just a little bit, kind of just goes into the like.
I don't know. You're gonna lose that.
I'm not drooling. It's fine. You know, like. Or yeah, Torin like reaches over and just like closes the mouth.
Oh,
But it would be two hands, just.
Mm.
But yeah,
uh-oh.
no, and then he
It's
would.
just it's the cool. I'm sorry, my connection started to go weird. So yes, you come down the stairs looking super, super cool, new gear. And a lot of people take a second glance to you. They're looking at you and
Superfly.
they're kind of like, oh, this guy looks a little bit scarier than he did before. Um, uh, do you go to where do you go? Where are you heading towards Cookie? Are you going to try and get
He would head towards Cookie.
some-
And when he gets towards Cookie, he would just kind of like
Or you
be
gonna
inquiring what he's been doing.
Alright. Cookie, you feel the sensation of somebody behind you, and you'll see it's Quigley.
Oh no, Cookie's been like watching him cross the room the entire time, just like
Oh,
like if Wookiees could blush, it would be it's like, oh my kind of moments. Cookie is a little bit of a techno weenie if we haven't noticed, and like all the upgrades have got Cookie like pretty flustered. But just oh yeah, yeah, no, and then goes into like explaining or showing Quigley like what they've been doing, and offers Quigley the seat to see if maybe he can, tune in and find Bit, or might have like a something that he knows that Cookie doesn't.
Yeah, I quickly would look around at like where the most likely escape route she would have tried to take, like showing her.
Yeah. So as you sit down, or as you kind of take control of a console next to Cookie, still wired into the one that they are working on, but you're able to pull up kind of like a Google Maps of Nar Shaddaa, because we have to assume that exists. They have the HoloNet, and there has to be something like that. So there is. So we're just gonna say there is. So you're able to pull up a working map of Nar Shaddaa, and you're able to pretty quickly and easily pinpoint, make lines and show where things bisect, and you're able to maybe think of a trail that you could go along, or the path that you think that you would be able to take. Their computers, or their surveillance system, only goes out so far. It only goes out a couple blocks. It's not going to be able to follow everything. Like is not going to be able to follow everything that you would need to track back to where you started. That if they had access to the bigger security network of the huts, you might be able to. Like if you could tap into that, you could possibly
Could
have.
I try and hack into the Hut network?
Absolutely, you certainly could. There is going to be. It is. That's going to be more of a computer's role. That's going to be more of using coding, and we'll say
Okay.
space coding, to try and get into the hut system. There is Quigley, you will know this, and I'm sure Cookie, you'll be able to imagine that if you are detected, there could be issues, but you're welcome to do it.
Quickly was kind of like a Cookie and was like,
It's worth a shot. Like bumps him out of the chair. Clickety clackety 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 clackety.
You're welcome to use you're welcome to use a light side die for this. I'll remind you guys that you have that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, let's use a light side die on that one,
All
if
right.
that's
The
okay.
challenge will be 3 purple, 1 black, and 1 red.
is there like an assist mechanic?
There is. Quigley, are you going to assist? And do you have, for one, do you have computers?
I do.
You can assist.
It's just one.
It's just one. Okay, that still can be an assist. So instead, it's going to be 3 purples and 1 red.
Okay.
And I put
Rolling.
in your light side die because it would have been.
And he gets a blue die since I'm assisting, right?
Yes,
Oh.
that is what that does.
Ooh. 3 successes, 5 threats.
Okay. So that will negate. It's gonna be the 2 threats that are remaining. You said 5 threats,
Yeah, it says
or
3
is that no?
successes and 5.
No, they're failures. They're failures. Okay, no. I was thinking failures. They're not failures. Or are they disadvantage? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I rolled total 3 successes, 1 advantage, and 6 threats.
Okay. Why?
Which comes out to 3 successes and 5 threats.
Yeah.
Apparently.
All right. I'm gonna
It's a
make
lot of dice.
that is a lot. That is a lot of dice. Hold on. I'm gonna do one roll. Okay. So as you start to hack into this network, you get the sense, or you get the you think that you're going to be able to do this, but only for a set amount of time. You don't think that you can. You don't
I,
think that. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just looking at my talents, and I've got this bad motivator,
Okay. Let's
which
do.
says I can make a hard mechanics check and cause one targeted device to spontaneously fail.
Ooh.
Can that be like, I don't know, their firewall?
No, I'm not gonna allow that. That's more of like if you were close enough, you could
Yeah.
if their laptop was in the same room, you could destroy that, or whatever they use their actually destroying the terminal mechanics of it. No, this is I wish you could.
Worth a
um,
shot.
it was a good shot. No, you suspect that as you start to get into this, that you're gonna not be able to maintain your cover for an extended amount of time. You think that you will be able to stay under their radar for maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but eventually, these networks and this whole system is too hot. It's people are constantly using it. They are
Mhm.
constantly monitoring, make sure that nobody is. It's mainly for money that people pay the huts and pay the providers of this surveillance system to use it. So if they're not getting money, they don't want you on there, and they have their own set of hackers and computer people to get people off of this network without paying the price for it.
Mhm.
So you think that you maybe have a half hour or so, but that's a half hour that you didn't have using these systems. So you think that you have, like I said, half an hour. Where do you guys want to look? Quigley, you seem to Cookie seems to motion that you have a wider scope of eyes at this point. Where
I
do
just
you
like
guys want to look? Yeah.
plug the jack like straight into the side of Quigley's head and be like, "Here, VR." Yeah.
Yeah.
Quigley will immediately backtrack like from where they're point at now, like to like as far as he can take it on the path Bit might have taken, and like or multiple paths. Like so he would follow like the most obvious one she might have taken, like the secondary, and then try to get the tertiary. But if the time starts running out, he'll get out of there.
Okay. Are you going to look as well, Cookie? Are you helping with that, or?
Yeah, I was like, I think that it would make more sense for Cookie to like monitor the back end and make sure that that they're not catching up to us faster than I thought they were.
No elite
And
hacksaws. Okay.
yeah, let Quigley do the actual like monitoring and
Mhm.
searching it, and so Cookie's just going to be kind of accommodating that and handling the smoke screen for the
Cool.
yeah
Yeah.
security guys.
All right, you're going to give me another computer roll just to kind of make sure that nothing catastrophic happens. And it's going to be 3 purple, 1 red for you, Cookie. Quigley, you're going to give me a perception check.
All right.
3 purple, 1 black, 1 red. It's a hard perception. horrible ramifications if you fail. Maybe. I don't know. I only live here.
So I got 1 success, 1 triumph, and 4 threats.
Oh, we got triumph! Yay! Okay.
I got 1 success.
Okay. All right, Cookie. You have gotten so many freaking triumphs on these computers that you're this is Star
This is
Wars.
amazing.
How to
Hacker
hack.
Wookie.
Hack a Wookiee, yeah, Wookiee hacks.
Click, 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 click,
A
click.
Star Wars story. So what you had initially kind of hoped Cookie would happen would be that you were able to maintain this link to the larger security network of this planet for a limited amount of time without much issue, and luckily that is what is happening. There hasn't been you're able to fang off any firewalls that you would encounter, or things that would knock normal people off. You are not, and you're able to maintain the the surveillance connection from where Quigley is kind of marking to make sure all the routes that Bit could have taken, and you do it very well. Torin is very happy for you. He is kind of watching and being very very excited that this is all happening. Quigley, where would you have taught? Give me some idea of what is going through Bit's mind as she is setting off from you. Where has Quigley told her to go?
Stick to alleyways, things that are out of sight, out of mind. If you have to be in public, be at the most condensed area where if cameras are trying to scan for your face, it has to scan through thousands of faces. Frequently, if you're out longer than you have to be, change your look. Like if they know you're in one outfit, change into another. Things like that, like just the basics of trying to maneuver about a dangerous area.
And those words ring through her head. Quigley, after about 20 minutes or so of scanning the larger databases, trying to pull back the day or pull back the hours of when you think this all started, and you're finding that it was actually happened. You didn't realize how long you guys had been running. It all seemed kind of like a blur to you because you were going and the adrenaline was running. But you guys had been running for almost 3 hours. You guys had to make a good amount of distance. Luckily, you did take the most narrow path, or you were able to get to your safe house in almost just about a straight line. But of course, having all the issues with being confronted every single place that you went. You don't know if Bit was that brave, or you do not, if you're wavering on if she would have taken the same path you did. And as you continue to watch, as you continue to try and pull back the security camera footage to that exact point, you do find, and Cookie, you'll if you glance over, you'll be able to see that he's kind of synced up the security camera footage of where the brothel was, of where, and you'll be able to see the start, actually, if you wanted to. You'll be able to see several people. Ooh, I'm gonna go back in my notes. Hold on.
Cookie like rewinds and replays and rewinds and replays and
Yeah.
rewinds and replays the fight in the alley. It's like,
Yeah.
man, so cool.
You see it, and it is kind of a moment where you're all suddenly are seeing your actions and from the third party perspective. You see a human male and a human female, and the IG unit Bev kind of make their way up to the front entrance of this the brothel. The Bothan spy, you'll see, was there, and it looks like they had a small communication, and then the blasters were pulled out and firing began. The Bothan it looks like, kind of managed to get back into the building, and Zhao, who had seen him and had been pinned down by or with Colston, kind of had seen the Bothan go into the, or was in that first entryway. Uh, and as you are able to scan the cameras, like the surrounding characters in that area, you do see your escape through the window. You see the escape of Cookie, as well as the IG units. Um, it's unfortunate that you can't get the best. You kind of get the back of Cookie as they shred into the IG units. Um, the camera
They're
is only kind of
coming.
transfixed behind it, so it's not. You don't get the full front rage that you anticipated or that you would expect to see having been in that moment. However, right before that, or right during that process, Quigley, you're able to see you. You see you, and you see the smaller, kind of jacketed. I feel like they had a cloak or something on. I don't remember. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Um,
cloaks.
yeah, close. Yeah, okay. The cloaked figures of Bit and Jen. Again, you're kind of actually getting a half slice of your face as you're motioning, and you Quigley kind of know that this is where you were bending down to like give her the what you did give her. And at that point, uh Cookie has destroyed the IG units. Coulson is trying to get you guys to go down the stairs or get to move towards the door, and Bit and Jen are now, or have left that alleyway. As you follow through the cameras, if you're following her, you'll see that she does exactly what you say at first. She sticks to the alleyways. You can follow her. She is running with Jen in tow, kind of by the hands, as fast as she can. You see her encounter kind of a dead end, but she is small and manages to actually jump up and scurry up a wall to a fire escape. And she'll kind of, yeah, push the ladder down to help Jen, and continue up towards the rooftops of the buildings. You'll see again, flipping to another camera, a little bit further away, that she kind of stalks the rooftops a little bit, ducking down. She seems very aware that things are, could be flying from above, so she's staying near the sides. She and Jen do leap over to two smaller alleyways, but still very nerve wracking, probably, to watch as a parent watching your kid jump over like several,
Right.
feet down, drop.
Cookie is like nodding appreciatively the entire time. Like as soon as they go up on the roofs,
Mhm.
Cookie just like turns to look at Quigley like, "See, told you."
Um,
And like is nodding at like how well like Bit is doing like on the roofs. Like she'd make a good Wookiee.
and maybe she would. She does seem to do very nimbly up here, and quickly. It would be very good reassurance that you have trained her well, because she does look like she knows what she's doing. She doesn't. She's helping Jen as much as possible. Jen, of course, being the slower, more clumsier child, because she has not had to do this. But Bit continues to help her. There comes to be, and the cameras will shift. You only get a little bit of a glimpse of it, kind of like the her back as she goes over the side of one of the ledges onto to a railing, or onto a fire escape. The next building looks to have been slanted, so she seems a little bit leery of that and decides to head back down. Um, no, we're still okay. Still okay for time. Cookie, you're starting to feel that maybe your work is becoming increasingly hard, but you did such an amazing triumph that you're continuing to hold this communication link as you continue to watch Quigley. And you kind of have to keep track of the cameras as they go, because you have to follow them. Like you have, a street, and you have to go to one camera, and then to the next to continue following them. It's almost like watching just, a little movie of some sort, where you're watching these people escape. It seems very remote to you, but if it wasn't for Bit and Jen's face popping up every now and again, it would almost seem like unfamiliar.
And I'm kind of like
Um,
shutting us out of the cameras that are like not all of them, but the
mhm,
ones that are like way far away that might be like kind of eating up some of the resources. I'm shutting
okay.
us out of them and having a maybe like a ghost trail that we're going someplace else, but also following Bit and Jen with like these cameras. But everything
Okay,
else that we're not using, I want to like
that's a good idea.
try
That
and
is a
shut down and lock out.
Yeah, give me a computer roll for that. That's a very good idea. That'll also help maybe mask some of the your pathway that you're watching, so that somebody behind you cannot look up what you are watching and kind of see what you're seeing,
Yeah, definitely
aka
want to lead like a false trail, but
yeah,
also want to like minimize our resource usage so we're hard
that
to
is a
spot.
good idea. Give me 3 purple, 1 red.
Damn, 1 success, 1 triumph, 2 threats.
Okay. These triumphs though.
Total 3 successes, 1 triumph, 3 failures, and 2 threats is what it rolled total.
Excuse me, sir. If you get one more triumph, just go to bed. All right, just go to bed.
Just go to bed. His triumphs, their triumphs is what's making this for you. This was
I'm
going to be a
I'm
lot shorter.
I know.
You weren't going to get
triumphs
this
are,
much.
what's finding Bit are these triumphs, I think.
I know.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Okay, so that is what you're able to do, which is a very, very good thought and a very good idea, and might have,
But those threats, I feel like they're like right behind us. Like
they
I'm
are.
like
They
just
are.
barely keeping them off our trail.
Hacks the system.
Hack the
Um,
planet.
Exactly. That is what's happening. And that is the sensation you're getting. And it is because of these amazing good triumphs that you are extending the length of time that Quigley gets to watch this. And yeah, exactly. You need a power glove.
I do need a power glove.
Power glove. um, we should bring power gloves back. I'm just going to say it.
Taliesin already did it on Critical Role.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Critical Role gets everything.
They did it. It's like the Simpsons of role-playing games.
Matt Mercer. Damn you. That's okay.
Of course
So you're continuing to watch as your wonderful Bit continues to amaze you. You'll see her go down the fire escape back down to street level, back down towards the alleys, and this is where it starts to get a little hairy. As she gets her way down, she is in a district that you did not actually get to, did not go through, or it wasn't as as smooth as what they kind of see. They're going through the casino district, a place that you did go, but not on the main drive, not on the main drag. You guys kind of stuck to that main drag to get to your safe house as quickly as possible. They've kind of taken another way. They have definitely branched off, and they're taking the smaller routes. They're taking the smaller back alleys. And it definitely is shown by Bits that she knows where she's going. She knows where these streets are, and she knows where the turnoffs are. And you'll see their little cloak kind of figures ducking between alleys as they make one block at a time, one block at a time. You'll see them cross one of the streets, not as big as that main street that you were on, that main drag, but still, it looks like maybe a car, or something of that size, could get through this. You'll see them cross. There's a good amount of people around, so nothing is really, peeking out at one specifically, or nobody's really looking at it. As they duck down an alleyway, as you try to catch up with the cameras quickly. Um, there's a second between one angle of a camera, which is across the street, to the other one, which is on the side where Bit and Jen come from. In that moment between kind of switching between that, you can tell that there's a blaster fire. You see it. It's on the screen. It's just a quick flash. Um, but the darkness of the alleyway and the where the camera is sitting, you can't quite see what was fired, who was fired, what was happening. Um, and a couple seconds will go by, and you can try and enhance it as much as possible, but it's kind of all statically on one camera, which is kind of looking over the top of the alleyway, so you don't really see Bits. But after a couple more seconds, you'll see two more blaster fires. Boom, boom. And one of the blaster fire goes off into air, into space, never to be seen again, because that is a thing with physics. The laser keeps going, doesn't hit anything. But you'll see this. And at that point, Quigley, after that, you're not able to locate Bit. If you stay on that alleyway, and as you continue to look, you can go a little bit further back and see that that at about 10 minutes before Bit and Jen get there, two people, the male and the female from the first moment of these clips, the aggressors of the brothel that stormed in, that male and female looked to be bounty hunter, rounded the corner into the alleyway, and you're not able to tell if they left at that point or if they left and came back. It's very hard to tell. You don't see them having exited, and it's possible that they either were there or something. Either way, would you have is there anything you would have wanted to look at further or stayed in that area, or what are you looking for quickly?
So, with them not leaving the alleyway either way, he would look at the surrounding buildings to see if anybody exited the buildings, or like seeing if they can get a glimpse of the rooftops, or is anything, if there's any way that he could see anybody leaving. If not, like if there was nothing, he couldn't see the two people that entered or Bit or Jen leave, or any kind of carnage or anything, he would immediately log off and get ready to leave.
Cookie looks and goes, "Where's there? How do we go there?" And starts like gesticulating and kind of getting into very like animated Wookiee that none of it translates except for sewer, basically.
Yeah, and that's actually what Torin will kind of pick up. He'll the boy who had been quiet for the entirety of assisting you, Cookie, he'll have followed this, and he was kind of getting an idea of what you guys were watching, and he'll nod, he'll start to nod and go, I know where that is. Uh, uh, that's in the casino. That's near the small park. It's near the small park. I know where that is.
Quigley will take a name. He's like, do you want to make 20 credits real quick?
20,000.
If he says 20,000, Quigley will shoot him. Quite literally, he'll be
like, no. You're like, yes.
So like, just shoot him right in the leg. Like,
he's 10.
He is 10.
I think the Wookiee could just like pick him up by the head.
Yeah, he would just be a squirming, flailing mass. At the sound of money, his eyes will go wide, and he'll be like, "Hold on, yeah, I could take you there."
All right, Quigley will transfer him the 20 credits, and
Holla.
He'll get it. Like he'll stand up, and he'll just kind of like look for Zal, like look around for her, not really knowing if she was watching while they were scanning the computer or anything.
Speaking of kids, hi Sam.
Hi guys, sorry.
Aww. Got baby Roth. Oh,
Roth.
sometimes it is. Kids are hard. That's why I don't have any. Being a parent's hard. I don't know how anybody. You guys that are parents, I don't know how you do it. Sidetrack.
Mine's gonna be 14 in like 3 weeks. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Teenagers. Oh man.
It's kind of awesome. He's kind of the best kid ever. So
that's cool.
If he's watching, go to bed. No, I'm kidding. It's only like 7:30.
I stayed up and role played Star Wars for a very long time when I was 14. That is real talk. That's real Alex. Okay. Speaking of kids, bits. Yes, if you are Torin will begin to he'll kind of run to where his stuff is and begin to kind of sit through and pull out a cloak, and he looked like he's getting ready himself. Zal, you are coming down the stair, or you might have actually already been here. I'm going to leave you to kind of decide where you want to be, but Quigley and Cookie have both watched the surveillance cameras. Cookie narrowly and very expertisely. avoiding the hacking risk of getting into the hut HoloNet and the hut security system here on this planet. They were able to navigate the surveillance footage and the security cameras that followed Bit. So, and it looks like they're kind of gearing up to maybe go and investigate something like that.
Yeah, she probably would have caught the last couple minutes or seconds of it, just standing behind them watching.
As sorry, Sam, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as I'm like pulling out of the hut's security and surveillance system, is there anything that I can do to like shut it down or like sabotage it so that we can get maybe away from the safe house without them being able to track us?
That's a
Like,
very good question. You know that it's very much possible, but you don't know if you can do it from this setup.
okay.
This setup is limiting you. It's not the best. You can give me if you give me a cool roll, that'll kind of give you an indication for how likely you think you're going to be able to do it.
I am
Cool roll is going
not
to be
cool.
you're going to be okay. You're going to get two purple and one black.
Yeah, Cookie is a giant furry dork, so not cool at all. 1 success, 4 threats.
Okay. It's going to be a big job for you. It's going to possibly risk this this safe house, the location of it, because if they pinpoint where this person is trying to hack into their security network from, they'll be able to locate this area. But damn if it doesn't seem like a really fun opportunity. You think you might be able to pull it off.
Well, so I'm just thinking, and Cookie is kind of like gesticulating and to Quigley. The concern is I'm a giant 7.5 foot tall Wookiee. I'm going to be kind of hard to disguise once we leave this place. That was one of our big problems, was that I'm really easy to spot. So maybe there's a way that I could stay at the computer and just black out whichever camera that he is on, or if there's like an underground sewer way for us to go, or we don't want to be walking down the street with the Wookiee because that's just going to get us immediately busted again. I'm trying to think of like any alternatives for what Cookie could be doing right now.
It's worth a shot. Yeah, sounds good.
And Torin will kind of agree with Cookie, and he'll nod and go, "Yeah, yeah. You can just shut off the cameras as we go. It shouldn't be too far. It shouldn't be too bad. He looks kind of nervous. He kind of looks like maybe this is not, he's starting to maybe have second thoughts, but he'll shake it away, and he'll motion for Quigley. Okay, we can go now."
Quigley will look to Zal and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go get my daughter." And as he's like, he'll stop like kind of at the door and I'm like, "I guess your data." Before exiting.
She's actually gonna look at Torin, and she doesn't want another kid to go into an alleyway with potential blaster fire.
We have really kind of like made kids the shield here. Unintentionally.
CPS on this group.
I know, for real. CPS needs to be called.
Jeez Louise. She will pull out a map that she has and be like, "Can you just show me on the map and we'll go there?"
He'll nod. He'll be able to. He'll definitely like. If you show him a map, he'll be like, "It's right there." But I can get you there fast. I can get you there really fast.
Has Quigley already left at this point?
Quigley is looking down at him. He's like, "I've already paid him."
Money well spent.
Turn on death or something.
Torin doesn't think that this, he's like, "No, I can. It's okay." And as long as the is Cookie can would Cookie have given their name?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna say I didn't want to say the Wookiee and then have it be
When Torin introduced himself, Cookie would have definitely done the same.
Okay. And with Cookie being able to turn off the cameras, we shouldn't be seen. I think we can. I think we'll be fine.
At the first sign of danger, you run.
But what about you?
Quigley will ruffle his hair and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not like Kay. I don't let my kids die."
A bit just died. No.
Well,
Yeah. No. Okay. He'll kind of look up and shake his head. And Kay doesn't. And he'll be like, "Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?"
yeah.
Big Wookiee thumbs up from the keyboard. The goggles go back on, and
Yeah. All right. So Zal, you're welcome to you follow, or at least I don't know, Quigley. Are you going to prevent Zal from following for any reason?
He would not. If anything, the reason he like kind of put that whole thing of and your data is to like lure her along. Because if there's two guns, it's better than just one.
And you're going to the data, and so I'm like, well, what's to stop you from just going? I need to, yeah.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So he will lead you out the same way you guys came in. This seems to be kind of the main door, but luckily it is in that alleyway that gives you the creeps, and it gives you the creeps for a reason because there's possums. Yeah, Narshana possums.
Oh God!
Exactly.
The size of children.
They are. Those are the kids. Those are the other robed figures that Kay has. It's just a mound of possums.
Just 3 possums in a trash bag.
It is. That's all my NPCs. Okay. He'll take you out to that entrance in that alleyway, like a justice cloak and everything, and make sure you guys, and he'll kind of nod and just say, try and follow as best you can. Okay. And he'll just take off running. Like he's gonna take off. Quigley and Zal, having kind of watched Bit and just watching these other kids, they are nimble. If there's anything to them, it's that they are fast and they are nimble, and they have always had to be here on the streets of Nar Shaddaa. So you guys are going to give me athletics checks.
Ooh.
And Cookie, you can start your computer in. You're going to give me
athletics now.
It's going to be 3 purple and 1 red, and that's going to be the continued held challenge. You're going to make it a couple times. There might be a harder one now that I think about it.
Use those light side points.
I was gonna say, how many do we have left now? Do we have?
You should have 3.
You have quite a few. Yeah, you have 3.
Left?
Yep.
Okay. So if we're gonna have a harder one further down the line, maybe I'll hold off for that one. What do you guys think? Should I use one now?
I would hold off on the next one. Okay. We have 3. I don't know how many you're gonna make though.
Jeez, us. 1 triumph, 3 threats.
Triumphs.
Good night. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, you get to like.
Good night, sir. It was nice playing with you tonight.
Has anybody seen that gif of the Wookiee just going like?
Yeah, let the Wookiee win. That means I have to make your challenges harder, and these are already hard. No, that's fine. Okay, what'd you guys get on the athletics rolls?
What was our negatives?
Oh, I didn't give you negatives. Whoops. 2 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
Oof. You would do a red.
I do. It's hard.
I got 3 advantage.
Okay.
2 successes, 5 threats.
Okay. You use Alf find it a little bit easier maybe once the kid gets into full stride, and starts to kind of do the athletics that you have been trained to do as well. You have spent some time doing military training, and this kind of gives you a flashback for it. You suddenly start to feel like maybe you're back on the training courses of both that the rebellion has set up and possibly even that the empire had originally set up and that you might have trained with. These are narrow alleyways with blockades and fences and boxes and all that type of stuff, and this kid is narrowly and swiftly parkouring over the majority of it, running up kind of against a wall to go over a fence, and you're able to follow him. Quigley, you are very nimbly nimbly bimbly. I can talk. As
All right,
well.
man.
Yeah. And you're able to keep up. But Zal has a little bit of more finesse to her step. Yeah. Uh, as you continue, Cookie, you're expert. You're expert in this whole system. Um,
Like
you
actively making changes to like base code for the system so that it runs better.
You're fucking it all up for everybody. Um, but you're able to bring offline the
Does anybody
cam.
know how to code in Wookiee?
It's just a chorus of Jawas going.
How do you spell? Oh,
It's a Cyrillic letters.
it's just encryption, guys. It's fine.
uh, as you're able to turn off and disengage the surveillance cameras that would normally have followed Quigley, Zal, and Arturin through the alleyways, you're able to kind of bring them offline, and you're along with your triumph. You're not only able to do that, you're able to mirror it on the other side of the district, making it look like that it's more systematically going off instead of just randomly going off. It looks like there
Oh
might be a
yeah.
larger issue with like a section of cameras like beep 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 going off, and that would at least make it look like it is more of a system failure than somebody actually being malevolent with the security, which is good because it's
I
going to
was I was actually thinking about that. Like, I can't just shut off the cameras over them
Mhm.
and be like, all right, we're just gonna follow the blackout to wherever it's going.
Yeah, exactly.
I need some like smoke screen.
Yeah, and that is what you're able to do. That triumph, man. These freaking triumphs.
I don't know where they're coming from
I
tonight.
know. Need to save them. So your guys are continue on. You Quigley, you notice that after being back in the casino district, that staying off of the main dragway, that the main drag is probably the best bet for you in the future for trying to remain unseen and avoided and that type of thing, because the way that he is taking you, which does actually also include some kind of squeezing between narrow fences and squeezing under some overhangs that an adult would have find difficult. In fact, Quigley, at one point, you gets kind of stuck because you're a little bit bigger than everybody. You're bigger than the kid and Zal. You get a little stuck with your new wonderful armor jutting out maybe a little bit more than the other one did. And Zal, it takes both Zal and Toren to kind of go back and to pull you through. um, as you stumble out, and you're able to rejoin them as they continue running. So you guys manage to get to that section as he kind of stops at the end of it in an alleyway, and he's going to be like, "Okay, I think it's around here. Um, um, the arcade park is right over there." And I think he's trying to get he's trying to get some semblance of like where the cameras were and everything. I think it's over there, and he'll begin to move you guys over there. Are you going to give me perception checks? Actually, give me perception checks to what you guys are seeing. Um, Cookie, you can do the same as well since you're kind of
What's
also
the
watching them.
challenge?
It's gonna be 3 purple, no black.
One success.
3 success, 2 advantage.
Okay.
One success, 2 threats.
Okay. You all see Cookie, from your vantage point, you're kind of able to watch on this camera while showing that it's off network, but you're able to still watch it, so you know that you're kind of the only one watching it right now. You see them. You see Torin as he is bringing them out and around the edge of this alleyway. You see Quigley and Zal's kind of hooded figures moving. And then you see them duck into the alleyway, and you'll have to do a camera switch to the one that, had been up top that hadn't gotten all that, view. So it's kind of a little bit of a blind spot for you. Quigley and Zal, as you round the corner, you see that there are several doors in this alleyway. Several doors, 2 into one of the buildings, another into the other side, the left-hand side. And then in the middle of the alleyway, there is a metal hatch in the ground. That is all that you see.
Bitch. Quigley's gonna go over and he'll look down to Torin and he'll just like, go back home. We'll take it from here.
Do you want me to? What do you want me to say to Cookie?
That we'll be in touch on the comms.
He'll look over to Zal.
Yep.
He doesn't want to leave. I can go with you. I know the source.
Quigley will look to Zal and just kind of shake his head, opening the opening the hatch to get ready to go down. Like,
Zal will sort of crouch down to Torin and like put both of her hands on his shoulders. Right now we need you to go help Cookie. Okay?
He'll look down and then nod. Okay. All right. All right. Be careful down there. There's big rats. Possums. As he will kind of nod and then and move move kind of towards the side, watching and waiting. Are you going to try and open the hatch?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me. Yeah. Just give me a brawn check. Just straight brawn.
Straight brawn.
Straight brawn.
No
No
negatives?
challenge. No negatives.
1 success, 4 advantage.
Okay. This is a little heavy for you. This is and if it's heavy for you, you're not sure if Bit could have moved this herself. But either way, with Zal's assistance, Zal, would you assist him?
Yeah, after ensuring that Torin had scampered off.
Yeah, he'll
He had.
he'll wait a couple minutes, and as he sees Quigley begin to open the hatch, he'll kind of leave at that point, kind of figuring that you guys have it at this, and he'll be able to make his way back. So yeah, you're able to with Zal, you're able to prop it up, and it looks like it's just a straight ladder shot down and back into the sewers.
Are you sure she went down here?
Well, the other 2 people that came in here probably might have taken her down here. I mean, she's no slouch with a blaster, but a grown man might have already had it open. She could have made us dash into here, but we didn't see her come out of any of the other buildings. And we watched for like a pretty long time, so this is the only other option.
And we already did a perception roll to see if there was like anything, like if she had like left anything behind.
Yes, you do not see anything up here. There's
Okay.
no pack or cloak or anything like that.
Does it look like a sign of struggle in the
Um,
area?
as you stand in that alleyway, you do see a couple blaster marks. A little bit fresher than other ones. You see, this is Narshadad. Blaster marks are, everywhere. But there are several that do seem to appear to be a little bit newer than the others.
All right. Well,
Down we go.
down we go. And he would kind of like mount the ladder on that way. Like you just kind of hold the sides and just slide down.
The cool way.
Yeah.
Taking the cool way. And you do that. And as you slide down, your boots will contact first with the ankle deep length sewer mucky water at the bottom that is familiar with all sewers. And Zal, you will follow behind. As you get down, you realize that you'll need some more lights because it's dark down here. The light from the street level does not reach all the way down. So you do. I'll say you both have some sort of flashlight thing, or at least a cell phone, because we don't actually have flashlights anymore. We have cell phones, but that's okay.
Quigley just kind of pulls out the gun that he had strapped to his lower back from earlier, and like when it extends, like it charges up and the light comes on from the bottom.
Mm, that's cool.
Say
What
his
kind of
eyes
light does it?
don't just like bright, like turn on,
Yeah.
like hiding.
Like lights?
I think Cookie could probably hook that up for you.
That'd be awesome.
He's gonna go to sleep one night and wake up way more modified than when he went to bed. Why am I a low rider now?
Look, dude, I put a fish tank in the back of your head.
It's a grill. It's a literal grill of like being able to.
Tiny George Foreman just flips
Yeah,
down like a
tiny George
baseball cap.
Foreman
I hate
on
you
your
all.
butt cheek or something.
That's it. The stream's over.
You
Everybody
gotta
go
keep your
home.
buns warm.
Good night.
Good night. This
Yo,
is where we're
dog, I
at.
heard you. I heard you like grill. So we put a grill in your grill.
So as your lights turn on, oh, I almost just spilled my water. It casts the light into this large kind of sewer tunnel. As the dripping of distant pipes can be heard in far away in the dark. You look around. Both give me perception checks. Give me 3 purple die.
Ooh.
Can we say that Cookie switches over to an audio frequency and leaves an audio channel like open from
Absolutely.
like the base
Well, I
or the
wanted
safe house
to.
to them?
I would think that we all linked our comms before we left because we had that problem when we were going to the casino and we weren't synced up with Zal.
Yeah, but instead of like having to like hit a button or like intentionally talk, Cookie wants to just be like essentially listening to everything.
Oh yeah,
that's
it's just
going on.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can say that you all 3 are calmed together. You would have taken, whatever, couple seconds or whatever it takes, because this is Star Wars and that's boring. So you do it.
That tap thing you used to have to do with phones.
Exactly. Like, what'd you get on your perception checks?
I got 2 success.
Okay.
2 successes, 2 threats.
Okay. So as you both get down there, Quigley, it's a little bit hard to track down here, and Zal, you're what you know about tracking. It's hard to do it down here. It's dark, it's watery. You can't quite make the footfalls. Except that as you scan, kind of the length of this tunnel ahead, you do see something. It looks like a bundle of some sort, some tiny little bundle. And I guess you guys go towards that.
It's a body.
With trepidation.
Ooh,
What's
with
in the box?
trepidation. Yeah, what's in the box? You do that. You start to approach it. It's a lot smaller than a body. It's not a body. But it does look like something cloth had been balled up. And as you make your way up to it, do you go to pick it up or move it a little bit or what?
Quigley will kind of like take a knee, like pop it, put his blaster on his knee, and kind of like with a free hand, like open it up.
And Zal, where are you?
I'm probably just next to him, but I'm just scanning the area, blaster out, just making sure nothing is coming up while he's doing this.
It's a trap.
Might be.
Quigley, as you begin to open this, it looks like that it's a small brown piece of cloth. You'll know, looking at it for any length of time, that this is definitely a part of either Jen or Bit's cloak. This is the material from it. And as you open it, there is a small chip. Um, Looks much like a poker chip, much like a money chip on this planet. And on the center, engraved, etched in a glowing kind of font, it just says "too slow." Cookie, give me a computer check. It's going to be 3 purple, 1 black.
Computers. Okay. There's a munchkin.
There's a munchkin.
Bye.
Use good language, friends.
That's what headphones are for.
Yes.
That is going to be 3 threats.
You're hearing a lot of radio chatter. You think you hear the name. Think you hear the name Bit. Would you stop and listen further, or would you kind of focus on what you're doing here?
I would, since I've got that open communication channel with Quigley, I would try and isolate whichever channel that came from and patch it through to him.
All right. You're able to do that. So Quigley, and then would you also do it for Zal? I guess that'd be for both of them.
Yeah, just like to the
Baby.
channel.
I
feel like Cookie would also have like an automated like voice inside this like application, basically.
Your translator is your voice.
Yeah.
Your translator's voice. That's
It has a mild British accent and can't figure out why.
So Quigley and Zal, Quigley specifically, you start hearing what Cookie has patched into you, and you hear the name Bit, and it's from an adult voice. It isn't Bit's voice, and it kind of gets garbled, and with the piece that you're staring at, you're able to tell that this had been intentionally left for anybody that would have come after her. And Cookie, at this point, you're able to see from one of the computer screens, maybe not the one that you were working on, but certainly the one within this room, the one that would have been targeted towards the bounty hunting board. The face of Bit will spin and then move to the right-hand side, a bar going over it showing that Bit has been captured. Quigley.
I would communicate all of that to Quigley as it was happening.
That is what you hear.
Cookie. Find me where they're keeping her.
Cookie just gets to work. Like it's one of those like Cookie nods and then like forgets that they can't see. Yeah, like I'm on it, and just gets to work.
All right. Quigley, as you stand there, you're kind of faced with the sudden realization that Bit might not be coming home. That she might be gone. And it's at that moment, that you hear from the end of this from a longer, further distance into the sewer, you hear the cry of a small child, of a small girl. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight. Because Bit is sad. And anyway, yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, James. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Sam, for being awesome players and coming with me on this wonderful journey of Star Wars. I am Alex. We have been playing Edge of the Empire by Fantasy Flight Star Wars. I'm going to go around and say goodnight to everybody. And I don't know if Sam will have a chance, but good night to Sam, who has an amazing baby who's teething, so that's why she's been off and on. Babies are hard. I don't know how any parent does it, so Godspeed. Starting with James.
Hi everybody, goodbye everybody. Once again, I am here every other Monday night with Alex and Daniel and Sam for the Star Wars Fantasy Flight games, Edge of the Empire. Don't forget to check out patreon.com/penny for a tale if you want to support the channel. I think tonight the sub button is below Alex, so hit that heart to follow us and the bell to grab some notifications. And if you really, really love us, throw us a couple of bucks and hit that subscribe button for us.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely like and subscribe. Definitely check out other games, which Daniel can plug again. Yay, Daniel, tell us about the games that you're in and what you're doing.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I've played Quigley, the gank tonight, who is very distraught over the loss of his daughter. And I'm here all the time. I play every other Monday, Alex, with Star Wars. Every Sunday with Ian on our Pathfinder game. Every Friday I'm here on either a short rest or my Scion campaign I play. And then we have Spence that does Static Dawn on the alternating Mondays. So definitely go ahead and check all those out. And like James said earlier, go ahead and give us a follow and like and notifications. And check out the Patreon.
Yeah. Do I get to be on not Between Two Nerds. I'm gonna always call it Between Two Nerds.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this Friday, Alex is going to be mine and Ian's guest on a short rest. So definitely come check us out because we'll be talking about director standpoint on things for Pathfinder, and we're getting some juicy Star Wars gossip.
The director's standpoint, because that I would like to see.
The director, yes.
The director.
The director. He has a lot of comments about this game, and I don't know where this person is going with this story. It's all trite.
But we're definitely gonna we're gonna have a bunch of cool stuff from his input as a GM for Star Wars and as a player, and it's going to be a great show. So definitely stop by and give us a watch.
This Friday, short rest. As always, thank you everyone for tuning in again. I hope to see you next Monday. Continuing on a little bit glance into the future. I will be taking a break. We will be taking a break from Star Wars for October because Penny of the Tale has a lot of really cool spooky games that they want to get through, and I'm going to sacrifice the Monday. But we'll come back after October to maybe conclude this storyline. We'll find out. but that is what
Wookiee
we look forward
sad.
to. Trust me, I have a lot of Star Wars stories. There's a lot more. I could tell a lot more, but that's for another time. So until then, may the Force be with you all. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.